Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been a hot minute, but today with me I have a very special guest, and his name is Eric Whitehead. Say hello.
Hello, world.
World.
How are you?
Yes, all the way from EMPP headquarters, which is the lamest way I can always say that, but we're here.
World headquarters.
And
EMPP.
yes, so we got a podcast going today, and we've got some really fun stuff going that you cannot see that's actually in the other room, which I'm actually going to put in the bottom corner of the screen. And should I put it on my corner or your corner? Wait.
Probably my corner.
Boop. There it is.
Down
so, and
Just like that.
yes, I'll make sure and edit that in post and stuff. But we're actually 3D printing a guitar pick. Not to spoil it, but I mean that's what we're doing.
That's pretty much what's happening.
So Eric,
Not a small guitar pick either.
no, he's got this 3D printer, and when I found out, I was super excited. I'm like, man, that's so cool, because I know about rapid prototyping a little bit from my job. McDonald's prints out like a lot of stuff for their yes. Anyway,
A lot of receipts.
Yes,
A lot of receipts.
One thing you can't get though at McDonald's that I wish you could:
HJ.
monkey shoulder.
Oh, monkey shoulder.
Yeah, so I actually bought something. Eric is not a Scotch drinker typically, which is okay.
I'm not.
This is a nice, smooth, blended Scotch that I think you're really going to enjoy.
I'm thirsty.
I am very thirsty, and we have our glasses, our rocks glasses, ready to roll. So, and then after we fill this up, we'll toast and get this show on the road. While I'm opening this up,
Yes.
as tradition, go ahead and explain what you want about yourself. Say hello.
Hello. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from the great state of Louisiana. We migrated here in the the spring of 2014. It was a memorable experience.
Yes.
We trekked to the Great White North, and that's where I call home now.
The Great White North. And thankfully there's no snow on the ground right now, which is pretty nice. But
One thing I need to find out, is this a G-rated PG? What are we going for here?
you can do whatever you want.
Oh.
Yep, as long as there's no nudity, we're okay.
No,
So
none nudity. I just didn't know if I had to behave myself.
You can say whatever you want.
That's a big glass.
It is. This is going to be a good podcast, though. We're going to sit around, and this is kind of how it usually happens. And I know if you've seen any of the podcasts I've done, we basically sit around, drink, and just bullshit. That's all we do.
That's what I'm good at.
But you came up to the Great North.
Yes, the Great White North, to conquer this land for
Yeah.
my people, and
Yeah.
still working on that. Still working on it. We've bred, and we made a small minion
Yeah.
to carry the legacy when I'm gone.
That's exciting.
He'll take over the reign. So
Yes.
the plan's in place.
Yeah.
I'm making my list of favorites, so we'll keep it going.
Good deal. Now, so the minion, we don't have to give away names or anything, but has he seen any of this 3D printing yet?
He has not, because he wants to eat everything he touches. So
Yeah.
we're not at the point where Daddy can let him play with his toys yet.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
one day. He's seen it. He hadn't seen it in action. So
Yeah.
I think the closest he's got is he's broken several child locks that I've made, latches to keep cabinet doors shut. He's burned through a few of them, but I keep making them.
Sure.
Because you keep making them. You keep
Yeah.
prototyping them. So yeah. So I save a lot of going back to the store just by being lazy.
Sure. That's okay. I mean, like, I remember those stoppers, right? So when you pull
yeah.
on the door, it holds it in place. You have to push down, and then
yeah.
Is that what you're making then, essentially?
I've made those, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so there's this whole Thingiverse world of models is out there, and people that the hardest part about 3D printing, in my opinion, is the modeling of the products, of whether it's a knob or some special part. It's the time that goes into measuring and actually getting it right. Like, I've tried that several times, and it is exhaustingly difficult to do. Like, yeah. I mean, you can take your measurements and do like a simple shape, but unless you're some industrial designer, it is a time-consuming process to start replicating something without something to go on.
So just to kind of, not to kind of funny, but Thingiverse, explain that, because for those that don't know, and you told me once, and that's about all that I know about it.
Thingiverse is it's a website, and it's kind of like a repository of 3D models. So whenever you want to print something, you have to produce a model of it in 3 dimensions using, Google SketchUp or Fusion 360. These are modeling softwares that make an STL file. And that file you load into your system, in your computer, and you run something called a slicer. So a slicer takes that STL file and it replicates your print bed, and it'll mimic the layering. It'll make your model in thousands and thousands of layers and give it the actual G code that the printer can actually understand and print your product out.
Okay.
So printer doesn't understand 3D modeling. It just knows coordinates and G code.
You're telling it where to go to those.
You're telling it,
yeah.
X, Y, and Z,
sure,
and how much to extrude and all the fine elements you need to actually guide that print head left and right and vertically. And so the Thingiverse is where once people have these models created, they upload them to share with the world.
And that's where you can download it for yourself then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just basically a shared repository where instead of people having to basically recreate the wheel every time, they can share it with other people. And people actually tip other designers. So if it's a product and you want to use it and you like it, you can actually tip the person with money, whoever uploaded it and created it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's people out there that actually make money at it. But for hobbyists, like me, or people that are actually really into it, it's it's like I don't know if they're actually sharing their products on Thingiverse or it's people just trying to know the frustration of something breaking, and then maybe one day we'll be at the point where you won't actually have to go to the store if something needs to be replaced. They'll just give you the file and you'll print it yourself at home, as long as you don't I'm sure there's copyright issues and restrictions.
It probably is, yeah.
I'm commercial products.
Sure.
But there's people that actually can print screws. Like they'll open McMaster Carr's catalog, and you can actually get to the CAD files and get an STL file.
That's so cool.
And import it into or produce into like a 3D modeling software. Scale it up however much you want, but it'll be like the M3 screw or something like that, or like even those small little details. They can so you can basically import the things you need and just print at home.
Yeah. So like a screw, for instance. So I'm like trying to process all this as you're throwing it, and I love it. But by the way, we didn't toast yet.
Yeah.
But cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for being on, man. So a screw.
Whew. Monkeys.
Monkeys. I think it's 3 monkey, Trace monkey.
Oh.
The logo is 3 monkeys, and it's on the bottom of the bottle too, I think. Yeah.
Monkey toi.
Monkey toi. Monkey toi. But yeah, incredibly smooth.
It really is. It's good. I like it.
When we have a get together in the future, when we do a sampling kind of tasting thing we were talking about.
We have talked about that. We need to do that.
That's going to be a fun, that'll be a fun time.
That we may just have to set up a static camera, do a time lapse or something.
Watch the progress.
Yes.
Yes.
That is good. I like that.
At one point, we have to probably switch to plastic cups. So if we start dropping glass everywhere,
yes.
Those Glencairns, which are those little sniffers, that, which I have I bought. Did I show you a picture of it?
No.
I think I shared with Joey Kramer, but I bought a oak barrel flight thing that holds.
Oh, those tiny little like
the
shooters.
Glencairn, yeah,
they're like with 3 or 4 ounces.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to be sniffers, so you smell them, you taste them, right? And I got it like a retired oak barrel that had little carved out where you set them on there. It's gonna be so cool. I can't wait.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited to get into Scotch, man. I'm a big bourbon man, and that's all I've been doing. And so it's like it's nice to dip my toes in some Scotch.
So without boring you to death,
I'd like to be bored.
Yeah, because I want to get back to the screws, the 3D printed screws.
Yes.
But just while we're here, and I'm going to get back to the 3D printer because I feel like I'm going to have all kinds of questions on the 3D printer stuff. But
what can't we print?
I have so many questions. And when will 3D printers become self-aware is what I really am worried about. So
there's printers that print themselves. So we're close. We're real close.
There's some like sci-fi shit that's gonna happen tonight. And we're gonna walk out there and it's gonna have like a weapon.
It's gonna be making a drink. It's gonna sit on the couch and its boxers and not pay rent.
And then raid the fridge and leave me with nothing. That's my boys. That's my minions.
That's different weekend.
That's my two minions. So So typically with the bourbons, they're corn based. I think 51% or more of the product has to be corn.
Okay.
And with a Scotch whiskey, it has to be mostly barley instead.
Okay.
So instead of corn based, barley based. Yep.
All right.
And this blended one is actually a combination. I don't typically do blended whiskeys because I'm kind of a snob. I'm a single malt.
You're slumming it for Eric. All right. I appreciate it.
It's not even like that. This is a good blended. This is not like Johnny fucking Walker Red and I'm going to send him out here with diarrhea or some shit like that.
It's that bad?
Johnny Walker Red is awful, man.
What's the blue is the better one? Or they're all bad?
Green.
There's a green?
And black. There's I feel like green is up there too. I could be wrong. Leave a comment down below if you know. if you're a Johnny Walker connoisseur, and we may not be friends if you are.
Ed will fight you.
It's like it's awful. Anyway, so so
it's the Jack Daniels of Scotch.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, exactly. Maybe this is like the equivalent of Buffalo Trace for like bourbons. It's not a bad one, but it's not the best one probably, right?
Is it the Kirkland brand? Because I'm kind of partial now. I bought some Kirkland brand bourbon.
You did.
7 year. It's a 7-year bourbon.
Have you ever seen a 7-year bourbon? You have now.
Yeah, I have now. And it comes in a liter, Costco size. All right? You're not buying 750 milliliter. No. You're getting the full liter, guys. It's a bargain.
It's got to last, right?
Look, I haven't had anybody not pleased with the Kirk. I don't even know if it has a real brand name other than Kirkland.
It's Kirkland.
It's just Kirkland Tennessee whiskey.
It's probably
not whiskey. It's Tennessee bourbon.
So my guess is going to be supplied by a big brand, and that's like their,
I think it might be Dickel.
Okay.
I think because the location of the distillery. I think when I looked it up, they were like it's either Dickel or another one that's in Tennessee.
So that'll tie us back to this. So maybe Kirkland is a good example of how it ties back to Monkey Shoulder. So Monkey Shoulder is owned by a company, that produces Balvenie brands. Glenfiddich brands, and a few other really popular single malt Scotch brands. So what happens is when they have a 12-year Scotch, it's not all 12-year Scotch.
Okay.
Again, kind of like the barley and corn percentages, it has to be a certain percentage of it has to be 12 years old. Then the rest is new stuff.
That's why you laughed at 7 year. Yeah. It's released 12. All right.
Well, with the Scotch, though, I'm saying.
Right.
I think the youngest age statement on Scotch, it can be like 8 years or something like that, but they never hardly do it that way. I guess what I'm saying is that the brand that I usually drink, Balvenie, and even Glenfiddich that I've had before in the past.
If you want some samples.
Which are good brands, which are really, in my opinion, good brands. Those are Spaysides. And basically, this is the newer stuff that goes into those 12 years, those 14 years, those, you know what I'm saying? So this is the good filler stuff.
So how do they make Scotch? Isn't it like some kind of smoke peat or something?
So that's where, remember I said Speyside earlier?
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that. So there's different regions of Scotland.
Okay.
And basically, Speyside is more known for its kind of smoother, which is this Balvenie that I said and the Glenfiddich that this is the same company of.
Yeah.
They have more smoother, fruity, citrusy, drinkable, and that's kind of my thing. I mean, I do have some peaty Scotch. But anyway, then you get into the peaty Scotch, which is a smoking process. Here's an example of how they handle that. So they basically take a smoker with peat, which is like a boggy, moss, earthy kind of from that area. Dirt, basically, right?
Flammable dirt.
Well, it's going to get flammable here in a second. So they throw it in this big smoker, right? And that smoker feeds into like a drying house of barley. So the smoke
kind of roast the barley. Got it.
And then that's the barley that they use for
use.
the mash that uses the...
Now I understand.
Yep. So that's how it gets that peaty kind of...
Yeah.
So when we do our sampling thing here,
Yeah.
and
You could taste the different smoke.
I'm gonna have a peaty one here, which I know Joey Kramer will like more. He likes those. I'm gonna have a good space side here, which will be one of my 12, 14, 17-year-old Balvinis or something else like that out there.
Your number one bottom bitch.
Yes, that'd be my 12-year Balvini. And I never remember if it's Balvini or Balvini because I'm not,
Right.
from Scotland, but however they pronounce it. And then I'm also going to do a nice blended.
All right.
And then I'm going to require you guys to bring the bourbon.
All right. We'll we'll ruin the party with some cheap bourbons.
Here's the deal: is that I get it. If you like bourbon and that's your thing, go for it. Great. Everybody, I was told once, and this makes a whole lot of sense. There's no wrong way to drink Scotch or bourbon. There's no wrong type to drink. It's whatever you like. Unless it's Johnny Walker, then fuck you. I don't want you over here.
Get lost, loser.
I'm just kidding. Everybody's welcome. But you can leave the Johnny Walker at home because I'll have something you could have instead here. So that's
the drink.
Hopefully that kind of makes sense then a little bit on what this is.
I've learned a lot.
So this blended Scotch is blending in a bunch of Scotches from a company that they typically use as fill whiskey for their 12-year statement stuff.
Got it.
And if you like this, the space side, again, the sweeter type stuff that I have, you're going to really love that too.
Once you graduate to something better, you kind of don't want to go downhill.
Yeah, but this is really good though. This is the best blended Scotch I have. One of the best blended Scotches I have ever had in my life. So cheers to that again. I hope you enjoy it, sir.
I'm enjoying this. I really am.
Okay, so did you have anything else that you may have asked that I skipped over? You asked about the peatiness. And then...
Does it have to be made in Scotland?
So Scotch has to be made in Scotland.
Okay.
Here's a contrary thing that people think that bourbon has to be a Kentucky thing. You can make bourbon anywhere because it's got to be at least 51%
Corn.
base. Yes.
Yes.
We learn stuff at this podcast.
There's also
I learned
rye,
from you
though, right?
too. There is. So rye is another one too. Again, it's primarily a rye. I don't remember what the percentage is on rye because I think they're all a little different.
Yeah.
But then the rest again is either corn or barley based. And, yeah.
Have you tried Cedar Ridge?
Actually, I have. When Joey
That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
When Joey Kramer was on here too, 2 or 3 podcasts ago, I actually have. I don't know if I told you, but I actually went out and bought. They have a single malt.
Oh.
I know they do ryes or gins and.
I bought a sampler pack for Christmas gifts last year, and so it was like the tiny little. I think it was 8 ounces. That's the size. That's it. Yeah.
So the first podcast of this year, Mike Oshner was on. We actually went through a 3-pack, which had the rye, the single malt, and the bourbon.
Yes. I gave it away as gifts. I wanted to keep them all, but
Lacey got the 3-pack for me, and then I totally used it with my first guest this year.
It's good stuff. Well, did Joey say? I'm sure he did. He planted some of those vineyards.
He did.
Yeah, when he was younger.
We talked about that on the podcast too, when he was in college and he knew the guy's kid or something like that.
He was some manual labor, man. He's out there.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. I would tell everybody that story. Like, yep, I planted these. Drink up, kids.
Exactly. You know what's great when I did that podcast with him is that even though I got so drunk I didn't remember that night, I watched it over again. I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome. So if that happens to even here tonight, you know, I don't know why I'm toasting you so much. I'm just excited. So. So basically, I don't need to buy picks anymore. I'm just gonna contract Eric to just print me picks.
There you go, man.
You know.
My sister-in-law made fun of me because when I told her I bought a 3D printer, everything I print is the most expensive, cheap product I've ever printed or bought because it's like I'm trying to average out, like to make it worth it.
Yeah.
This one was super cheap though, but it wasn't, you wouldn't want to buy a lot of them, but it's an entry-level model. But
Say it was $60. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it was like 35.
How much is the spools that we bought? How much did I say it was 20?
They're about 20, 25.
20 for a spool?
Yeah, I mean, you get a kilogram spool that'll last you, depending on how much you print, how much you waste.
Oh my gosh, I just had a question that popped in. I didn't want to ask you earlier.
Okay.
Because I wanted to wait for it and save it for the podcast. That if you want multiple colors in the same product. So like, let's say that I said, you know what? I love this guitar pick you made me. I would like to have one that's kind of like a cool half and half color. Not tie-dye or anything like that, but just something.
Right. So there's different options. There's You can do it manually to where you pause the print job,
Oh.
change the spool out with the color you want to mix, and then start play, and it'll pick up where it left off.
Yeah.
In that model. So you basically make a two-tone or however many, but it's all vertically layered. So it's like you have to pause it at the point where you want to, like, say if your logo or something like that, you want a different color.
Oh, like the EMPP in the
Right.
pick, right?
You would have to pause it right before it starts.
Well, the only question I have, and again, not to cut in front of you, but is I know when we were setting it up, and there will be a video too, or maybe it'll help better explain this.
Yes.
But before it starts printing, it does this thing where it kind of purges the little bit of
Filament.
So how can you do that on the fly then? Switch between filaments, colored filaments.
Well, the thing is, the first layer it puts down after you change filament colors, it will be a different color, but it'll overlay that with the right color eventually. So you won't notice the merging. It's such a thin micron layer. It's like,
okay.
I think it's 0.5 layer height. I don't even know what the measurement is, but it's such a thin layer it puts out. By the time it'll have a little bit left in the extruder head, but it'll be covered up with the new color. You won't notice a change. Now, if you're really into it and almost, past the point of a hobby, you can buy these products that have multiple spool heads.
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
And it has its own slicing software that you tell it what color you want at a certain level, and you feed all your filaments into this device, and it splices in and melts back together the filament at the right point. So you have 4 colors, and it automatically carousels around, slices, melts back together with the current spool,
Yep.
and keeps feeding into the printer.
That's so cool.
So
how much does that one cost?
That was around $500-$600 for that.
I mean,
But if you're into it,
I would say that's not as much as I expected, though, too.
No, for consumer level stuff, that's pretty good. I mean, you get what you pay for.
How big is that unit?
It is about the size of a,
like on this desk. How much room are we taking up? Because that one takes up about this much room, right?
Right. Well, it's about. It looks like a VCR size. So like an old DVD, like an old school VCR.
Yeah, kids. Do you know what that is today? Yeah, kids.
What's video cassette recorder? Yeah. I was trying to figure out what the acronym was,
but that's how big roughly the base is. You're saying?
Yeah, and what actually is the base can be mounted on the side of your printer or housing if you have like a housing for your printer, and then so you don't actually lay it flat. So you can actually mount it to a wall or mount it to, once you have a giant 3D printer, you're going to have mounting points on it on the side.
Sure. Can I put it on my nightstand next to the bed?
You could.
If I wanted to print something overnight, you think that would upset the significant other in your bed?
It might sound a little weird, but you could. I've printed plenty of things overnight just because I don't know how safe that is. Like I said, there's people that burn houses down at night because they just weren't, like it was some flaw in the heat bed and it just overheated and.
Oh wow! I mean, I am insured, which is nice. I mean, so I found out recently for sure how that works with my deductible and all that stuff too.
Exactly.
With the there's a new water feature in the house that recently popped up. It was kind of fun.
I hope people have seen that video because that is. I'm telling you, I thought you needed a priest.
So I don't know. Maybe I can do a whoop right here. I'll throw in that just so you can see it for a moment. It's like a 5-second clip, but basically, would we like to? I'll share with you.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about the screws yet.
Oh yeah.
The 3D printing screws. So basically, what happened was, when winter strikes, you got to turn off your outside lines, right? So that way they don't freeze.
Yeah.
I did that. What I did not do, there's a two-part.
There's a two-parter. Okay.
All right. So the first part that I effed up on was that there's a relief valve, an additional relief valve next to where you close off the valve for the water outside.
Okay.
So basically the relief valve, after you turn off the water supply to the outside, the relief valve removes the rest of the water that's in the line.
Oh, okay. So it purges it.
Yeah, the gravity forces it down out of the
spigot.
Or you turn it on outside, you turn the relief valve on, and all the water theoretically drops out of the pipes.
Where's the valve?
In the laundry room in there.
Ah, okay.
Yep. So I didn't do that.
Okay, so you just had a column of water in a pipe.
Correct. Over winter. And we had negative 50 temperatures over this winter, too, with wind chill.
So it cracked.
It cracked a coupling.
Oh, snap.
So picture this. Basically, a coupling that holds, I would imagine, two pieces together, right?
Yes.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Right? So a coupling that holds two copper pipes together. What happened was, because it froze and broke, it sprayed like, what's the best way to describe it? Have you ever seen like one of those fancy water fountains in Vegas where it's got all the different like single, like, pew, and
Yes.
So,
Bellagio.
but multiple of those spraying out from this all over the inside of my attic, and the direction that it squirted to, think of it kind of like, here's a good example. Think of it like, the sprinkler, that goes back and forth. So those multiple of those aimed from this direction over the kitchen area.
Holy
So
shit.
it pooled up and then came down.
But
and then
it hadn't
fell
been
down
cold,
through.
so it had just been waiting and lurking this whole time for you to turn the water back on?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Well, what happened was we were basically, we laid down some seed the other day, and we were like, well, let's give it put some water on it.
Some skeet. Skirt.
Skeet. They'll put some skeet on there. I can go multiple ways with that. But, yeah. And then, so what happened was I went inside because I realized the water wasn't on. We weren't getting any water. I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. I got to turn on the water.
Son of a bitch.
I knew there was something. So I went inside and I turned it on, and then it makes a lot of that gushing noise, right? So initially when you turn something on like that, it fills the pipes. So you can hear it, right? So I'm like, all right, it's working. Went outside, like not even a minute later. Tommy comes around the corner. We're out back here, and you can't see it. It's off camera. But Tommy then came around the other corner where the office door. He's like, Dad!
Problems. How do you even explain that at that age? You're like, the roof's crying, Dad.
It was my youngest too, and he's 11. I mean, I could tell, I could grasp that there was something terribly wrong. And then I saw it. It was like, oh, there's water falling from the ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah, so I ran in right away and turned it off again.
Oh, okay.
Yep, the valve.
Yes.
And
I was lucky. You're right there.
Somebody brought it up to me recently. They're like, what if you turned it on and you left? Like you went to dinner.
Like you do.
Well, like you do,
Like you do.
like you do.
You water the lawn.
You know?
And just set it, go to sleep.
Like if Tommy didn't come out and say, Dad, that would have been an even messier situation.
Do you have any smart leak detectors? Because I bought, after we had our little flood in the basement, I was like, I need to know when I'm leaking water.
There's something smart that I don't have that I need. It sounds like
you need this. It is, Honeywell. Honeywell makes a smart leak detector that it's like a little, like a little hockey puck looking thing. It's square though.
Yeah.
But it's got a cable attached to it that senses water. So they've been making water sensors forever, but this will alert you if it on your smartphone or
my smartphone device.
Your smartphone device.
Yes.
Your smart modulator. If it detects a leak.
Yes.
And I thought that was the coolest shit ever, because when we had water leaking, we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And this thing you could hide in the attic or, low points where you might have water leaking.
Yeah.
Peace of mind,
I like peace of mind.
And the
Honeywell, and then what did I put? Like smart
leak water leak detect. Oh, it does freezing too. It will detect freezing temperatures. So
this is something that I need in my life, is what you're trying to say.
Yes. That bad boy.
This thing right here.
Yes, it's not cheap. I mean, but
$55 though. Did you forget how much that mesh network was that I bought for this house?
You're right. But like if you're buying keep one under the, under the sink and,
So, multiple locations you're saying, right?
Right. Like if you want them in like different places that have water access that you're worried about becoming a problem. it can get pricey. But as far as smart devices go, that's pretty cheap. I mean,
it really is. Yeah. So leak detector.
the water, I recommend them. And like I said, the only thing I don't like about it, once it goes off,
Yeah.
it takes a while to mute it. So it does an audible beeping long.
Yeah.
We have, Danger, Will Robinson. To mute it, like when you actually go to it, it's like, all right, there's no more leaking, and it'll beep for like 3 more minutes.
But it's good though. You need to know that shit's going down at this
Exactly.
point.
Exactly. I want it to interface with my like smart audio system in the house and let everybody else know besides me on my cell phone.
Right. Yeah.
There's a leak downstairs. Go check on it.
Which is why I love like the Nest and the Google products. So when you rang the doorbell, every Google Home in the house said somebody's at the side door.
I actually heard it outside. I was
did you?
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So that'd be great.
And it'll tell you like humidity levels and things like that, and
For the house or just for that?
wherever the device is.
Oh, for the device.
Yeah, like when we had our leak, our basement flooded and it spiked up, and you could see, you want to get the room as, the humidity level down. So as we had dehumidifiers going, we had 2 dehumidifiers going, and we pulled the carpet out, and
Oh, that sounds awful.
it's been a nightmare. But I could go back through it and actually see the the history of it.
That's cool, yeah, to see what's basically happened. It's funny when the whole water leak situation happened. Lacey said one of her friends was like, "This is karma because you don't have a basement."
Look, you don't want a basement.
No, I don't. That's why I'm so happy with this place.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it looks kind of like what we're looking at up there on the.
Can I see
screen.
that? This is great.
Yeah, they can. This will be on the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And so I bought it for this egress window and sump pump situation, and then I found a better sump pump monitoring tool. It's called PumpsBy. Yeah, this one I like even better than this. All right, I'm just marketing different products.
That's okay.
Now.
That's all right. We're not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor, hey, Honeywell or whatever brand,
exactly,
whatever.
We'll use your products.
I'm easy.
But it's called PumpsBy, and it looks like a smart outlet that you would plug in and then plug stuff into. So you plug your pump into it.
Yeah.
Just regular, outlet. But it monitors your sump pump. It'll tell you when it's running, how many times it's run. It keeps a log of and how many gallons it's pumped out.
So it lets you know if there's an issue with all the water and stuff.
If it has a little float that you attach to your drain line, so if that trips, it can tell if the pump failed, or if the line froze like we had. It'll tell you if there's a fault. There's no like reoccurring fee, and that. I'm like, that was worth it. That was like maybe $170, I think. But you don't have to pay any subscription to monitor, your stuff. And I'm like, I'm getting another one of those because we have 2 sump ups. So I'm like, sure. We need. I feel like I need to have everything covered and double back up. And it's like you get paranoid after a flood.
Oh yeah, it's funny because the opposite of me having attic water issues, and like I'm gonna have ServPro come in next now and like check for mold and see the damage and the insulation, all that.
Good luck booking them.
I've been awesome.
It took a few weeks.
Oh, you got them in? You said to your place too?
It was ServPro came out. He did the assessment, and then everybody got flooded out at the same time. Like there was a lot they didn't have enough.
Yeah.
They're all franchised. They didn't have enough workers to do the work. And so we did most of the water mitigation ourselves. I mean, it wasn't as bad as it could have been because we caught it, but
sure. Well, I feel like that's the situation I'm in. So thankfully, with it being caught as soon as it didn't cause any serious damage. Like the ceiling doesn't show any water damage, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, I don't want any mold. So I'm thinking I'm getting ServPro up there, assess the damage. Do we need to scoop out the insulation, and then because it's sprayed in, it's not like the sheet,
loose fill or whatever it's called.
Whatever, yeah, it's like a combination of a bunch of products that are sprayed together, and dry. Make sure if we need to replace any panels. All the ceilings are like this. So could you imagine having to replace ceiling and then having to
retexture it?
Oddball ceiling that wasn't retextured like this.
Yeah,
I know you can't see it, and you can't even see it on the walls, but there's basically a super 90s kind of
fan.
Is it a fan? Is that what that pattern? Yeah, it's like a fan pattern, right?
It's almost like dragon scales.
It does. It kind of does look like dragon scales or some kind of reptile scales. Yeah, I know everybody's probably watched like, what the hell are we doing? We're just looking up at the ceiling is all we're doing.
We're checking for leaks. You never know around here.
My kids are like, you would have been so pissed, Dad, if that water fell in your band room or your office. Not the band room, because I have a separate band room too. But yeah,
there's another room, not this room, that's for band.
Yeah, I've got a drum kit out so there's a room off the garage.
A beat lab?
I got a beat lab, yeah.
Sweet.
I've got a beat lab that's also currently Lacey's storage room since she brought all of her stuff over from her apartment. Yes.
Teach her to play drums, man.
Yeah. I wish somebody in this house would learn. I can't even fucking play worth a damn. I mean, I can play, but I don't know how to play well, you know. I hardly can play guitar.
Once or twice.
Look at all that.
Once or twice you played a few.
I mean, I just started last week, but I'm doing okay, you know. I figured I'd just buy as much kit as I possibly can and then just kind of go from there.
McDonald's gives you some free time.
Yeah, they do. They got a great 401k, by the way.
I heard they have a band.
They do?
You should try out.
What the hell? Is that a corporate band?
Maybe you haven't tried out for them yet.
No. I mean, is there a flyer somewhere? Is that where you rip off the little thing and you got to call
They'll find you.
You.
Yes.
McDonald's is they're like the government. They see everything and know everything.
They know everything.
They will find you. And
the problem is they dress like their old characters from the 80s. So you got a Grimace. You got a Hamburglar.
Yeah.
That was one of the guys.
Yeah. Grimace was the purple dude, right?
You got Cookie Monster. No, that's something else.
Grimace wasn't.
Grimace was the purple.
He was the big purple dude, wasn't he?
What was he though?
I don't know.
Just purple something.
I have no idea.
I question it.
Could you imagine how high you'd have to be to create those characters?
Have you seen a picture of Grimace?
Yeah.
He's got eyes are a little bloodshot.
I feel like there's probably some deviant art pictures out there that show really gothic or scary pictures of versions of him because people are super creative.
They'll ruin somebody's childhood real quick.
They will, absolutely. I've had a lot of Happy Meals in my life, and you know what? I really wish I had, and I think I do out in the garage in my storage from a kid. Like these new the little toys we used to get when we went to McDonald's and all
Happy
these.
Meal.
Yeah, the Happy Meal stuff, right?
Yeah.
So my kids sometimes, if we'll get a couple here and there. They've given me a couple extra ones they've had, like the Mario stuff. But I feel like I had tons of those little knick-knack toys, and they were so awesome back then. I feel like they really came down in quality.
They're not
right.
Yeah, the one I've seen recently, it doesn't do anything. It just sits there and
I mean, with these, at least they're wind-up kind of things. The Parrot, I'm
Yoshi?
No, it's the turtle dude, and have I drank that much? I don't even remember. And then Bullet Bill. Bullet Bill's one of my faves.
Oh yes.
Yep, over there. But that's my memento corner, and I can't wait to put that pick. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put that pick.
Gonna say you got space for it. Now, there's plenty of microphone adapters on Thingiverse, by the way.
Microphone adapters,
or just stuff for what are these things called?
These are called boom mic stands because they're they're shock preventing. So if you hit the table, it doesn't really shake the shit out of it.
Ah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty of adapters and things like that people produce or to hang headphones. Plenty of headphone hooks and things like that.
Did you actually see this hook down here? I'm gonna have him look right now on the podcast. See what it's just like a little feel. It's got a nice little texture to it as well.
Ah, all right. It feels like if Apple made a hook, that's what it would feel like.
It's good quality though.
Yes, that overmold. Is that what it's called?
That was an Amazon buy too, by the way. That was well worth it.
Ah, there you go. Some people I hear buy banana hooks and hang headphones from banana hooks.
Do they really?
That's what I hear. The kids are doing.
Kids these days, I mean, they don't even know what VHS is. VCRs.
They got headsets they need to hang, and if you're balling on a budget,
yeah,
banana stand, banana stand it,
banana hand, wait,
banana hand,
handstand, yes,
banana hand hammock.
Yes,
that's it.
That may have been where my brain was going, but it just didn't come out.
Reach it.
It didn't come out quite well. I know we've kind of jumped all over the place now, so
yes.
Screws.
Screws. 3D print some screws.
So what is the advantage of 3D printing a screw, and what is the application to which you would use a 3D printed screw?
If you were scaling up a product that needed, say, it was originally designed for a small screw set.
Yeah.
And it needed to be screwed together with, certain, like M3, I think is usually small computer size screw. If you had a really large printer, which they make some giant ones.
Sure.
You could scale up the whole model, but to scale up the screws, you couldn't really go out and buy a scaled up version of an M3 screw from, hardware store. It's not that it has an actual application, but if you wanted to use those adapters to hold your part together or your product, and say, you had a sizable, bolt together type of thing, without modeling the hole and the nut to fit that, you could essentially just 3D print the threaded screw that would scale to the same size as your model. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't need to actually go out and purchase any hardware to put your product in. I mean, it wouldn't be very strong, but people can print bolts.
Well, that's what I was wondering too, is like the strength of a 3D printed, and obviously there's different. So one thing we were talking about earlier off camera was, so there's all these different types of plastic. It's not just like one type of plastic you're
right.
feeding into it. You can get, and I already forget the ones we were talking about, but
we're printing in PET, which is a plant-based plastic.
That's right, the plant-based one, but I couldn't remember it was PET, and then G.
PETG is a version of that. It's stronger than regular PET. PET is kind of the universal. Everyone uses that to print because there's low odor.
And organic too, which is nice.
Yeah, right, exactly. So it's kind of low temperature printing. It's pretty forgiving, relatively cheap. But if you have a part that needs strength, you can either print in ABS plastic, which is pretty harsh, makes a lot of fumes. You have to have a really hot print bed and nozzle that can actually print that type of material.
So a different unit than what you've got,
yes.
You're saying?
Yeah, a lot more expensive unit.
Is that the $500-$600 range one?
You're talking like $800. I think you're talking in that $800 range for a nicer 3D printer that can actually have the, not fall apart on you and get to high temps. The PETG came out as and I don't know a lot about it, but from what I understand, it is like an equivalent to ABS plastic. Like, so it is a PLA, PET type plastic, but it's stronger.
Yeah.
So your print jobs can, I guess, handle a lot more. Is there a fan?
It's from the computer.
Oh, okay.
And if you can't hear it, we can hear it, and it sounds weird, like there's a fan, but it's like a computer fan.
Well, like I said, I'm kind of anxious to find out the status of the old print job.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, right now we're probably about what?
How many glasses in are we?
We're 45 minutes in right now.
2 glasses.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, that's how golf was made, right?
Absolutely.
A whole bottle of scotch, 18 rounds.
Yeah, why not?
I think that's what they say.
Is that really what it is?
That's what it's 18 holes. That's how long it took to finish a bottle.
Whoa, I didn't even know that. Are you serious? So wait.
That's what I've been told. Yeah.
Let me ask a couple of questions. No. Have that drink first.
I'm listening.
Wait. Monkey shoulder.
Shoulders of monkey.
So when should we check on that the first time?
Well, it's probably maybe a third way through right now.
Third way through?
So it'd probably be a good idea to peek in on it, make sure nothing's going crazy.
I'm going to let Eric, because his eyes are more like
laser focused
on this, and he may have had slightly less to drink than I have at this point. So I'm going to let him do that. I'm just going to randomly talk to myself, and maybe I'll show off. Can I show off my Lego card? Is that all right? It's
impressive.
It's his podcast, really, with me, but I feel like since he's checking on the 3D printed pick, so basically this is super. Oh,
we got a problem.
Oh no, we've got a problem. So he's going to sort out that problem really quick, but I was just going to show off this sweet Lego Camaro ZL1 that I recently built. Yep. So while he's sorting that out, I'm not sure what's going on out there, and I'm just going to hang for a minute here and just talk and say, hey, it's good to be back on and do a podcast. Can you give us some updates just by yelling?
We've got a problem, Houston.
Whoa! So he's going to bring this in, it looks like. Go ahead and show it off to the camera. So we have it looks like a heart-shaped kind of thing.
Print.
And you think it's the PETG?
It's possible.
So if we need to use the orange PET instead, that's the one he brought, which is thinner and it doesn't require the
looks like it just wrapped around itself.
So you think it's a fluke kind of thing?
Well, it kicked it kind of pushed itself. I'm curious what the video footage looks like.
Well, the video footage, so I'm going to record, not only am I going to have that still in the bottom corner, even him working on it right now, I'm going to leave that up, but at the same time, I might do a separate video with audio showing, that process and where everything went wrong. It just looks like it just kind of like bunched up in one spot. So is this the fault of the filament or is this the fault of the machine at this point?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, have you ever had something like this happen on another product?
This is the first one. It seems like it didn't adhere to the print bed.
Yeah, is that the masking tape?
No, that's the...
You mean is that the masking tape you're talking about, the print bed?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to put this up to the camera. Basically, we've got some little pieces that kind of gave out here. Put it right here, maybe. This was supposed to be an extra large guitar pick in red. Of course, red, that's my color, that's my jam. Yeah. Get back to the microphone. All right, so that's okay though. It's the trial and error portion that's so much fun just to get through, right, and learn. I mean, we haven't really learned anything at this point. We just know that it didn't work, right, Eric? Exactly. But we'll figure it out. That's what we do here.
It's part of it, man.
If we have to use the orange stuff instead, I'm okay with that.
All right.
Are you gonna switch it out?
I'm gonna see if the print head's still working.
He's gonna see if the print head is still working, and then if that still works, then I don't know where we're gonna go. But we're gonna hold you on air like this just for a moment. But everybody's having a great week. Holy cow! Can we keep this going? I'm just gonna randomly talk bullshit to myself. You know what I might do really quick? I've never done a cut before, ever in this podcast. I might let it go for a second or do a cut scene where I just go out and maybe get a few more ice cubes or something for my glass. I don't know. How much time do you think you need out there, Eric?
About 5 minutes, maybe.
All right, we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. Great news. We figured out that the 3D printer it had an issue, but it was my fault. You know why? I bought the wrong stuff. That's exactly what it was.
No.
Explain it for me, because I can never remember.
The model is configured for a different type of filament, and we tried to make it work, but Eric forgot to change the temperature of the heat bed.
If Ed just would have bought the right, type in the first place. And I'm just teasing him because, we didn't know. It's one of those things. It's like trial and error.
Exactly.
So just to kind of recap what happened before we went off camera for just a few moments.
Yeah.
We had, explain for us what happened there.
So this should be, this was off the printer, and there was a giant ball wrapped around the print head. You can see that.
A hot mess going on there.
Yeah, this should not look like this at all.
I can't use that as a guitar pick. I'm just saying.
No, this is not. Not pleasant.
I mean, for right now, here, look, I'm going to take this.
It should go in the wall of shame.
Well,
if
it's
you
not
have such a thing.
It's not a wall of shame, but
there you go.
I don't know if this is visible or not. Probably not from this angle over the camera. Is there a place that I can hang this thing?
There you go.
So it is. It's officially the T-Rex.
Fuck up.
As he's feasting on elves.
Yes.
No, gnomes. Garden gnomes.
Gnomes. Oh, that's the proper nomenclature?
It is. He's got his own little... have you seen my other garden gnome?
No.
Go ahead and hang out and have a drink and talk for a second.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Check on that printer. I don't trust it.
Okay, I'm gonna check on that. Talk to the camera for me.
All right, he's checking on stuff. Give me a yay.
We're good.
All right, I feel better now.
Keep talking.
That's amateur hour in the 3D printer show. I don't know what I'm doing, so I screwed up one print job. But, ooh, that is nice. That's good quality. All right, I like it.
Yep. I'll explain it in just a moment.
All right, man and his gnomes. You know.
It's so much. Oh, wait till I get on the camera. But, all right, I'm back. Oh. Okay, so basically, what had happened was my sister, my fantastic sister Emily, because we do a Christmas exchange.
Okay.
And, we don't see each other very often. And it's like one of those things, well, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't need anything. I always say I don't want anything because I don't. Don't buy me stuff. You don't need to, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, I want to buy you something. We're going to buy you something anyway. So she bought something fun and like thinking that I would be like weirded out by it. And I totally loved it. And she's like, and it worked out. It was so funny. It was like one of those things like I got it just as a gag gift. I'm like, no, I totally love it. And I put it out. That was actually at the old house. I lived in Muscatine before I bought this house. Mm-hmm. But it was so it stuck. And then what happened was basically I am such a bad gift giver that I give Amazon gift cards every year.
Oh, that's what
well,
everybody wants.
Some people are traditional. And they're like, I want an actual gift. I don't care if it's something I don't like. I just want a gift. So what I did was when she got me an Amazon gift card the year after that, this is what I bought on Amazon with that gift card because I liked her first gift so much. I figured I'd get another garden gnome thing, but with a little bit of a twist.
So is she going to listen or watch this?
I don't know if she does or not.
Because I bought my parents matching garden gnomes.
Aww.
They're assless.
The flaps.
It's in the front. It looks like an elderly grandmother and grandpa garden gnome. You turn them around, bare ass.
Oh yeah. Was like the flap unbuttoned or something, or
no, like just like nude.
Oh,
just
okay, yeah.
Dimpled nude ass.
Nice.
Yes, we saw him at Blaine's actually, and my mom cracked up.
Farm and Fleet.
That's right. Best place to get your fleet. Get your fleet on.
Get your farm and your fleet on.
And your farm and fleet.
Yes.
She cracked up, and I was like, "You're getting that now for Christmas."
Oh yeah.
So I shipped them. Yeah, bought it through their website. Shipped them right there.
Yeah. You know what? It's the new kind of age. You can buy your filament on Amazon. You can buy your garden gnomes on farmandfleet.com. I mean, what else? What else do you need in life?
Your garden supplies online, man. That's
What's
something wrong about that?
What is the craziest thing that you've bought online that you're okay sharing with everybody right now?
Craziest thing I bought online. The most absurd thing was.
Give me whatever you want to give me here.
Oh man, this is rough. I bought plenty of things I felt bad for the delivery guy. Like I would subscribe.
Because the packaging, you mean, or
I
what?
subscribed. We had a giant dog, and I would subscribe to monthly deliveries of 60-pound bags of dog food.
Oh my gosh!
And it got to the point where he was delivering them, and the box was just tore up. He just hated me. Like he would throw it in the front yard. He would kick it up. It was
FedEx, UPS.
He was UPS guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy must hate me because I keep doing it. I'm like, I don't feel like going to the store and get it, man. I just felt,
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
I felt bad. They probably don't even care. But it got to the point now where the packaging was so beat up at the end before we moved. I was like, I think this guy's angry at us because it's like we're just making his life hell. But I'm like, there's people that order way more heavy crap.
Oh yeah.
From Amazon. I'm trying to think, man. I buy a lot of stuff. Like I said, I was giving somebody the lowdown on Amazon earlier. Amazon Basics, Amazon Warehouse Deals. I buy a lot through Warehouse Deals just because I haven't found anything that was garbage yet.
Yeah.
It's basically repackaged or, returned stuff. Rebrand. No, it's not. It's just stuff that is in the warehouse that somebody didn't want. They returned.
Oh,
And
okay.
so they will
the warehouse stuff. you're
warehouse
saying.
deals, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yep.
And if it's something I really don't care about, but I'm like, I'd rather save a few bucks on this. I don't really care. I'll see if there's a used one on Amazon warehouse deals. And sure enough, there is. I'm like, they really exaggerate how bad it is. Like they'll say, oh, it's, damaged or it's marked. You might have a problem even finding the mark or whatever's on the package or the box.
Sure.
I've just had good luck with it. So I'm like, I'm just keep buying that stuff until I get burned. I'm like,
You haven't been burned yet?
Haven't been burned yet. I buy a lot of the products are there. I'm trying to think, I mean, we do a lot of the dash buttons and, subscribe and save, toilet paper, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's basically its modern version of a warehouse club.
Sure, like Costco or
Like Costco.
Sam's Club.
Yeah, we stopped shopping at Costco when we started Amazoning more.
You were shopping at Costco, though.
We had Sam's Club at the time, but traffic was so bad in Baton Rouge, you couldn't go out between like 4:30 and 6:30 in the afternoon.
It was that bad. Yeah,
it was
busy.
Miserable. You were sitting in traffic and everybody, it was just a miserable time. But so the essential stuff that you needed, you were like, well, let's just get it delivered,
Sure. There's a lot of advantages to having things delivered like that. Not just because, the dog food is like you don't want to deal with that and have somebody else do it instead. But also, if you want to be discreet, too, and not have to go to places that you wouldn't want to be seen
sketchy.
at. Sketchy as AF.
There is a sketchy part of Amazon that yeah. There's also a sketchy part of Thingiverse, which...
Is there?
I was showing some lady at work. I was bragging about it last year. I just got it. I was so excited about it. And I was like, yeah, this Thingiverse website, you can just go there. People upload models. And I hurry up and typed in Thingiverse, pulled it up. Giant dildo.
Oh, yeah.
People printing dildos. I never even thought about that.
I'm not going to lie. So when you said that, the first thing I thought about,
Dildos.
It was that. I mean, even if you're not, even if it's a gag kind of thing, that's the first thing your mind goes to in that situation.
It must have been, it was the first thing that popped up, and I kind of tried to play it off, and I'm like, she knows that was still. There's no denying what that was. Yeah, I was like, oh. But luckily it shows like several items, and I was able to scroll. And
sure. Which color filament was used for that one?
I don't know. So it's any color you like.
Not that it matters.
Any color your rainbow.
Not that accurately represents anything.
They do a default blue, like a Smurf dildo.
So you're saying my shirt kind of that color?
I'm saying your next band name should be Smurf dildo. Blue. Everybody Blue Man Group it.
Yeah.
But just 3D printed dildos everywhere.
It could be Durant's,
You're right.
Could be Durant's thing. I went all dad tonight and wore the
the gang affiliation colors.
Represent out here. You best watch it because you know what, Wilton. By the way, he lives in Wilton.
I'm a Wiltonite.
He lives in Wilton. So
same colors. Oddly enough,
it's weird, isn't it?
I've yet to see a beaver or a wildcat in the area. I don't know why they call themselves that, but
it's interesting. What is the last wildlife you've seen?
Last wildlife I've seen, that dirty ass fox in Wilton. Have you heard about this?
Please explain.
So yeah, for those at home viewers, Wilton has a either a pack or a resident fox that last year people would see it in the afternoons and everybody would get excited about it, take pictures and post on Facebook. Hey, there's a fox over by the park.
Same fox.
Same fox. Like multiple people would spot it in one day and Facebook would light up with people with their pictures. Oh yeah, I saw it. Well, it's been a harsh winter. So Mr. Fox is kind of rough these days. Had a hard winter. People kept reporting to the police department this strange animal hanging around Wilton.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's the fox, but he's all mangy. He
Sure.
lost most of his hair.
Clumpy.
He has no hair on his tail, so it's like a rat tail. It looks like a chupacabra. Like it looks rough.
Is that what a chupacabra is?
I think so. I think it's just a beat up fox.
Sure.
I think. I don't know. I've never seen either. I've never seen the chupacabra. But if you're watching Chubra, I'm coming for your cabra.
Coming for it.
But yeah, so he's rough. And the police department responded with, like, hey, We know that it's a fox. He's struggling, looking for food.
It's just like me and you.
Just for yeah, exactly. You know, don't stick your finger in it like you want to.
What? Stick your finger in what? Where would you stick your finger in it?
Everybody grew up watching, you know who?
Tell us.
The Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
He stuck his finger in everything.
It's like the South Park episode. You ever see the South Park episode?
Yes.
I'm gonna stick me thumb up this gator's butthole.
It was a signature move, you know?
I'm gonna stick it up his butthole.
Rest in peace, man. He was
Yeah.
but everybody grew up watching him.
Did he stick his finger in that stingray's butthole? Oh, I shouldn't have went
Too
there.
soon.
I'm sorry.
Too soon.
How many years has it been? I mean, it's been a few.
It's been a dozen. It's
I want to pretend like I'm young enough that I don't,
hot minute.
It's
Been a hot minute.
Hot minute. That's the thing. There's a few
Yes.
things that have been hot tonight in a minute. For instance, these drinks, hot minute, they go down, but also hot minute, the 3D printer. I bought the wrong filament for my red pick.
Yeah.
You know, basic ed's like I gotta have red, and this is the price that I pay. You know, I was gonna wear a red shirt, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna dad it up tonight.
Red's the color, huh?
I don't know. You know what? Have I not shared this very insightful
No.
thing with you? A wise man once told me, no matter what you do in your life, remember there's very important things you need to remember. There's one that tractors are green and trucks are red.
Fire trucks.
I said that in order. Trucks are red and tractors are green. Trucks being red, like my truck.
Yes.
Tractors being green being what?
John Deere.
Yes, John Deere. So that's kind of the joke, right?
Ah.
So for those farmers out there that are watching, I don't know if there's any fucking farmers that are watching, but no, Case IH.
You want to talk some brand loyalty, people.
Case IH, the red color, default red color, Case IH. They're like,
Yeah.
nope, that's my truck. My tractors are green.
That makes sense.
So I have a red truck. I've always been.
It's a bright red. It's not a normal red. It's like a fire truck red.
It is.
How'd you manage to get that color red? I don't see that often.
So there's two colors that I've had a lot of in my life, red and black for colors. But red has been it's my favorite color. It's my basic ed color is what it is.
Your Amazon Basics color is red.
My Amazon Basics color is red. I don't know. It's just the thing. It's my thing.
I'm an orange man. I like orange, man. I understand.
Is that why the orange for the filament and stuff?
I like
Yeah.
orange.
Is
Home
that a
Depot. I think it's
team?
Home Depot. I think it's
Oh, okay. So usually people have a team affiliation. I don't give a shit about sports. Do you care about sports?
I mean, I got, college teams and,
Besides that,
I'm not a huge sports nut now.
that's why I like Eric, because he didn't give two shits about sports like me. He does, but
I care to a certain extent.
Are you just saying that?
No, I'm serious. Yeah.
All right. You know what bothers me? People that are so wrapped up in sports that that like dictates their life. All
That
you
makes
Iowa,
sense.
all your Iowa fans out there. I know you're watching. You Iowa fans that didn't even go to Iowa for college, and you act like that's the holy grail for sports.
That's rough.
It's rough. You know what? You can drink your Busch Light at your tailgating parties. Go for
You're
it.
calling out the folks. Man.
That's okay. What were we talking about before this? Garden gnomes?
Smurf dildo?
Smurf dildo. So the next band, Smurf dildo. I'm going to wear this shirt at every gig.
What was going on in the Smurfs? There's one chick.
Oh, yeah. She was asking for it.
Was that Papa's lady?
She was asking for it. What? That sounds really bad. That sounds really awful.
I'm just saying.
She was asking, she was flaunting it, right?
I don't want to ruin somebody's childhood, but
I mean, it's between Grimace and
it's done been ruined.
female Smurf.
Oh, God. It's about to get dirty. X-rated. Look at that ankle.
Yeah. Look at it. Look at those pigtails. You know what? If you're gonna wear pigtails, that means you're
Who says that?
what?
There's more than one chick?
Smurf Lily,
Smurf
Melody.
Melody?
I mean, who's the OG?
Smurfette.
Smurfette. So if we go to
She's the
Smurfette,
Vanna White of Smurfing.
I'm not gonna like those. Sassette though, I like the pigtails. I mean, Smurfette. I mean, whoa? We're gonna have to blur that one out. Let's go and move past that one.
Whoa! Look
Wait.
at that.
Oh wait, there's more. Holy shit! I did not mean to get into this. There's creepy Gargamel checking out Smurfette.
Oh, I think it keeps getting worse.
Do we have any more naked Smurfettes on the screen? Or we good?
What's down at the bottom?
Where?
Go down a row.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Don't make me do it.
Woo!
Don't make me do it.
Okay, it's PG-13. Man,
Was that PG-13 what we saw earlier too? Because there was only breast assist. There was no.
I don't know. Is it like National Geographic where it's because it's a cartoon?
Yeah, I don't know. This is taking all kinds of a weird turn. It really is. But
It's people's thing.
oh, look, we got some Halloween cosplay stuff going on here. What does that say? Stuffing it up for the kids. Stuffing
For the kids.
Stuffing it up.
It's a unicorn.
If they can't read.
Weird.
I mean, yeah. Wait,
It's
that's
the hat.
I thought that was like some Halloween costume. Oh, wait.
There's a whole world out here.
There is. That's not Smurfette. Is that like Wonder Woman?
And a Canadian? No, that's not Canadian. That's like yeah.
You know what? I don't know.
I don't know where we're at.
I don't know where we're at. But basically,
Speaking of cosplay,
yes.
people that wear jerseys to sporting events, is that just fancy cosplay? Is that sport cosplay?
It's pose and mofos is what that is. That's like. I'm just kidding. That's all in good fun.
I had
Good
a
sport.
buddy, he hated when people would wear jerseys to football games because he thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of like dressing up like a character.
Can I relate this to the music side of things?
Yes, please. I'd like to hear that.
There's bands that I cannot stand. You know why? Because they wear their own merchandise on stage, and there's bands that not only wear their own merchandise on
I don't
stage.
like that, and I don't know why I don't like that.
It's just weird.
It
And
seems
then-
tacky.
And then there's one band in particular that I do not like. They're the Nickelback of metal. I'm going to let you Google search that.
That's a thing.
The Nickelback of metal, they wear not only their own merchandise on stage, but their merchandise are jerseys with their band. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Logo?
And their name on the back of
They're branded?
their name on their back of their shirt or their jersey, and
Like a team name.
that's a concerned citizen
I
right here.
I don't like it.
Concerned citizen right here.
I'm looking. Why does that baby? Why does that baby have a hole
Are we talking about this or this?
to the left?
Whoa! I didn't even see that earlier.
What? What? What?
What? Is that a butthole?
That's a bee hole, all right.
You can say it. It's remember. There's no. You can swear. It's okay.
I don't think it's a butt.
Is that a leg hole?
It's a hole.
Is that a
They focused on it. Like it's they wanted to show you it's got European holes.
I just want to be clear right now. If you're watching this, I may not show this in the corner, of what we're looking at, but it's.
Can you describe what we're looking at?
We're looking at Smurfette and a poorly done figurine of Smurfette,
Holding.
mostly pale pinkish. Pale pinkish? Is that clothing or is that what is that?
That looks like a jumpsuit.
Is that like a
Like a
onesie?
baby
Is it like a
jumpsuit.
onesie?
Smurfette with baby.
And she's holding on pretty tight, and she looks semi-satisfied by holding on
Her
to
eyes
this.
are jacked up.
It's like she had a whole bottle of monkey shoulder, and she's just like looking at this situation like, what do I do next? And there's a very vulnerable part of this Smurf that she's holding.
That
And
they're
this-
focused on for
and this-
some reason.
Well, this Smurf too, for some reason, is very small in size compared to her.
It's a baby Smurf,
Oh yeah, which makes it even
which
creepier.
disturbs me a lot.
Smurfette may be on the registered list. She may be registered, and you know what? You need to be aware of this kind of stuff because this is not funny. This is really messed up stuff.
Makes me Smurfing sick. Is what it does.
Smurfing sick.
Ugh.
Smurfing sick.
Ah.
I mean, if I don't even know what's going on right
And
now.
don't go to bluedwarfs.com.
I mean, what comes out of that hole is what I want to know.
I think something comes out or goes in. I mean,
is Smurfette into pegging? I mean, what's going on with this situation? What could go into that? fingers. You know, I mean,
Why is there a website, bluedwarfs.com?
and why am I even saying this kind of stuff out loud right now? It's like I don't even know what's going on. This is weird.
I apologize. This is all
Don't
my
don't
fault.
apologize. Have a drink instead. You know what? Just drink it all away, and you won't remember it anyway.
Ooh.
Can we agree this is really weird?
I don't even know why they're focused on that. I mean, do we have to click the link?
Yeah, we have to.
I gotta find out.
We have to.
I need answers.
We have to. I like how he said, "Do we have to click it?" But then he's like, "Yeah, we need to find out."
Warning:
So,
last item in stock.
wait, this is £6? Is that
Six.
euros?
Yeah, that's six euros.
Is it euros? I mean, I'll just do a bank transfer. We'll get this done.
You add it to your collection, man.
You know, the last time Eric was here, what did I buy?
You bought a whole new network.
I bought a whole new mesh network.
Nice.
I bought a mesh network, and it works well. Are you on the mesh network, by the way?
I should be.
You should get on that network. So as he's pulling up his Wi-Fi, you know,
Wi-Fi.
his Wi-Fi, you're gonna search for Archon or
You gonna tell these people
Shiva.
your password? Is that what's going on?
I am not gonna tell them anything. So I'm gonna put it into your phone. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it into your phone so you can log in because you know what? I got strong fucking Wi-Fi everywhere. Can you tell them what this password is as I put it in?
It's bluedwarflover.com.
I'm not ashamed. You know what? It's just what I do. I'm all about this. I remember growing up. I feel like that I have. Remember we were talking about this is a tieback. You ready for a tieback?
Yes.
The bullet bill. The what is this guy over here? Super Mario Turtle name. So Koopa. Koopa Troopas. I was gonna say that earlier, but or Koopa something. But basically, we were talking about McDonald's Happy Meal toys, right?
Yes.
So the Smurfs, they used to give those away too in like McDonald's
Yeah.
Happy Meal. I feel like I've got those somewhere in the storage out in my garage. All those old like figurine toys and things like that.
What was the grape one? The grapevine, California raisins.
I have those too. I'm not even shitting you. I've got that stuff out in the garage because it was like something that I've kept since I was a kid that I've got with me.
Nostalgia.
You know what I need to do? I need to do one of two things. Get those and put those in here. Heard it through the grapevine. Or I need to eBay that shit and make some money.
There's somebody looking for it.
I'm broke.
Relive that childhood.
McDonald's is not paying me enough and the 401k doesn't pay out till I'm retired. And you know how many years I got till I'm retired?
A lot.
A lot. Yeah. You're roughly my age, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yes. We don't have to give away ages, but I feel like Eric is about my age. So
We're in the same ballpark.
we've got a while to go, right?
Yeah.
We've
Too
got
long.
We've got a lot of scotch and bourbon to drink before we get to that point. So what do we do? What do you have? Do you have something still from your childhood that you've kept and like stored? And what is one thing from your childhood that you remember is something that meant a lot to you when it came to either being a McDonald's Happy Meal toy or a figurine or what was Eric's big thing growing up?
Big thing. So I grew up, video games were hot. Like Nintendo came out.
Did you see all my systems that are lined up too?
I have not seen that, but that is.
I got a whole cabinet full of them over there.
That, like I said, Nintendo came out. It was a game changer. Like it was like we used to go to the mall, video games. That was all you had.
Arcades, please.
Arcade, yeah.
Yes.
And
Kids don't know this. Kids don't know arcades.
They take these things called quarters.
Yeah.
Probably don't know what a quarter is anymore.
VHS. Have you heard of it?
But
Koopa Troopa.
Koopa Troopa. Did you know the original name of Donkey Kong?
I know this. I'm drunk, but I'm trying to remember now what it is. It's it was what was it? Tell me.
Monkey Kong.
Monkey Kong?
It was supposed to be Monkey Kong, and in the translation from Japanese, to English?
Well, look, we look at this, and I'll put this in the video. Look up there. It says Koopa Troopas, or Koopas known in Japan as, how do you pronounce that?
Noka Noka? It's Noka. It's Noka Noka.
The very first time he said it like that is like hilarious. Say it again.
Noka Noka? I mean, I feel like I'm...
It's like when you don't speak a language, but you're trying to, you're trying to figure it out. Look at the translation in Japanese right past it. Nakanoka? Knock.
It's the same word twice.
Nakanoko. 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 Nakanoko.
You gotta say it with some...
Nakanoko. Nakanoko. And then it's like squiggly line, squared box, squiggly line, or yeah, slash.
Half a square?
3/4 of a square. Is it fair to say 3/4? Because there's three lines instead of
There'd be
two
four.
lines.
It'd be a square. You're right.
Right?
3/4. That's a...
I mean, red.
What's
red,
the difference between the swipe and the swipe?
It looks like somebody throwing a table, that meme or that not meme, but it's like a emoji.
How the hell is that the same word?
Flipping a table or something like that, right?
How the hell is that the same word?
It's not a word. It's made up shit.
It's a feeling.
Talk about made up shit really quick.
Monkey Kong.
Monkey Kong.
That was his name.
It is. You know what else is made up shit? All kinds of stuff in the world. We were watching. Are you religious?
I mean, I have a religion, if that's what you mean. But
it is Good Friday, by the way. For those that are watching and you're super religious and you're Scottish especially, it is Good Friday. I don't know if that means shit to you, if you're Catholic or Mormon.
I don't know a lot of people go drinking on Good Friday.
Well, Scotland, though. What would you be if you were in Scotland? Are you Catholic?
I think you'd be Protestant. I'm Catholic, but yeah, I think you would be Protestant.
You are Catholic, though?
I am Catholic, yes.
You are Catholic. Okay, sounds good. So
I did my time.
Not that I. So there's two things I avoid talking about on my podcast, but I sometimes
Religion
do it. And
Smurfs. No.
Well, no, I'm old. You know what? That's my.
One and B.
That's my fetish. I just want you to know now. Smurfs is my fetish, especially after seeing. Can we go back to it just for a second?
Whew, I'm not ready.
I mean, there's a whole new level of, I feel like, anime out there that I haven't even explored yet, probably.
There's a whole world. Oh, God. Don't even look at the small... No, don't even start. Don't explore.
I'm not even going to put this in, like, the corner to show you what we're looking at, but we're looking at something that's... I mean, remember earlier when I said Smurfette, she's asking for it? I mean, she's asking for it right here. I don't know what she's asking for. She's asking for attention is basically what I'm getting at, right?
Smurfette has some issues.
I mean, she's got some solid double D's going on right now.
I'm talking about over there.
Whoa. Oh my God.
There is some kernel knowledge of a Smurf going on.
That's an angry fuck if I've ever seen one. Is that IKEA or Kia?
I don't know. Their eyes are weird, like dollar signs.
I mean, there's no nudity here. Is this safe to show? This is number 1090 Smurfs mating reproduction. This is getting weird. This is getting weird real quick.
Internet, you're so weird.
I feel like if we went to just explore another website.
Go to Thingiverse. I feel like we need to tie it back in.
Let's tiebacks.
Yes.
Tiebacks. I'm going to leave this tab up. Not that I'm going to be viewing it later.
I need to cleanse my mind. Thingiverse. Aye.
So we're going to be looking up dildos now?
Dude.
We're looking up dildos. What are we looking up?
You got to get weird, man.
What do we want to look up on Thingiverse? This is, by the way, remember, Eric said earlier, it's where you find things to print things on the 3D printer.
Yes.
What would it be?
Go hit what are these audio stuff? Mic stands? No, that's kind of boring.
I'll look it up. I don't care.
You can
guitar. Can I look up a guitar? Just general search guitar.
Okay, guitar, man. So you got bridges, you got pick guards, just some like an audio jack plug, dust cover.
So not as exciting as I thought I was going to be.
I told you it was going to be boring.
Let's see. Hold on. No. I'm on board, but let's do. What should we look up next?
Dildo.
Okay. Kids, it's time to go to bed.
No results. I don't believe
Oh, whatever. How do we get past the filters?
it. I don't know.
Oh, I got to sign in and probably join, don't I?
No. Just go to Google's image search.
Oh.
We're going to get techie here for a second. So go to images.
Thingiverse?
Yep. No, it's IV.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Thing.
Yeah. Thingiverse. See,
And then.
there you go. So if you want to search for just stuff on one website, all right,
Yes.
put the word site and then colon in front of it.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that
And
trick before.
It'll give you the Google search results to what you're looking for
On that website?
site. So click back.
Yes.
Power of knowledge.
I've seen this before. I never use it, but yes.
So go to images.
And then how do I do this?
And then I think we're halfway there. So put the word site in front of Thingiverse. All the way. SITE : and then Thingiverse.com. You gotta add, take the space out.
Oh.
And .com. There you go. A tiny one.
I mean, this one's got some Scorpion action going on here. Scorpion.
Mr. Pickle.
Mr.
Rick.
Ah.
Wow.
We should probably stop doing this, right?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Probably, but we're not going to right now.
So there's a whole world of adult products you could print.
I mean, there's a firm grip on this one, that's for sure. I mean, dragon, not dildo.
They have to give it different names.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have any that have like the, not just for the V,
One's a
but
trophy.
they don't have the ones that are for the V and the A. It's just the V on most of these too, which is funny. I figured there'd be all kinds of varieties and variants on this.
That's the thing about 3D models. People design whatever that doesn't exist.
Your only thing holding you back is your creativity, I suppose. Or wait, that's what, I don't know.
There's a Darth Vader one somewhere, I think.
I'm gonna go ahead and like avoid this right now because I feel like we've went too deep into this.
Yeah. No. That's no good.
I mean, let's go back to fake buttholes on Smurf babies. I mean, look at her. She's cradling that thing.
That's weird.
This is the weirdest thing. This is weirder than Scorpion dildos is right now. I just want you to know.
Can we change gears and talk about the whites of West Virginia?
Oh my God, that's a perfect transition too. So we went from talking about Smurfs babies with buttholes on dolls. That sounds really weird, but we're gonna go ahead and shift over.
Chapter 4.
Chapter 4. We're gonna go with the fresh drink for this one because I want to dig deep, and not into the Smurfs butthole. That's what we're not doing. Okay. So
Nope.
as we retract and think for just a moment,
This might be the greatest movie.
it might be
Documentary film.
documentary. I'm gonna go ahead and let's go back. Yeah, we were talking about the Honeywell products, right?
Yes.
Honeywell, if you wanna sponsor this, this podcast,
You got good stuff, Honeywell.
you got. I mean, not as good as Google, but I'm just saying, or Nest. Just saying. I'm joking.
You're a dark horse. Horse?
Dark horse. Dark horse.
They got thermostats and
They do.
they got a wide range of products.
My Nest thermostat tells me what the humidity is in the house too, but
It's a bargain though.
Oh wait, should we check on that really quick?
Yes.
So we're gonna go check together. I might do another break. I've never done breaks in podcasts, but we need to go check.
We're learning.
Or 3, 2, 1. Are we talking about Smurfette's tits? Or
No.
what are we talking about?
We're talking about whites from West Virginia.
Oh yes. So
If you haven't watched it yet, you need to check out. I don't know where you would find it. Amazon has it.
yes. So we're just gonna jump right back in. Here we are, and we're gonna talk about the marvelous, wonderful.
Wonderful world, wonderful whites of West Virginia.
Tell us about it. What are we talking about?
We're talking about a film circa 2009.
2009. Yep.
Film crew follows around this family. Last name is White.
By the way, same company that did the Jackass
Dick House.
Dickhouse, John Knoxville.
Yep.
Yep.
That crew, but they don't. It's not Jackass per se.
It's legit. It's real.
It's real. It's a real documentary, but it's not smashing each other in the balls kind of thing from Jackass.
It's not that.
It's not that.
It's not that.
It's different, but it's not that.
It's equally entertaining.
It is. I've seen it several times, and I think part of my mission in life is to get others to watch it.
I want to say one thing really quick. I don't want to interrupt Eric because he's doing a good job, but so last weekend?
Yes, it was last Friday.
So last Friday, I was at a get-together with my significant other. Her name is Lacey. And we went
Smurf Lacey?
Smurf Lacey? Smurfette Lacey. Smurfette.
No.
Smurf Lacey? Smurfette Lacey. Anyway, Smurfette and me went to a party because we went...
Rap party.
It was because of the
Fine Arts Guild.
Fine Arts Guild that I did a lot of helping out for. And
FAGs.
And basically, you know what? If the
Terrible name.
Yes.
My Lord laughs at that.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. If that's your thing.
If that's your thing, the FAG.
And the people that are in that play, if that's your thing, you know.
They're wonderful people.
I'm a new age dude, and I feel like Eric is too.
I just think their name is a little off.
It's a little off. But that's okay, though. We represent and respect you, and I want you to know that I went to this party, and all that they were talking about, can I be honest?
Yes, please.
Their fucking husbands and what they didn't like and farming and all this shit. And I'm like, you know what?
I'm shocked by that because with the amount of work they do and put into this production, you would think. I mean, I don't know a lot of theater people, but the ones I do know, they're pretty. I don't want to say eccentric, but they're not boring people.
It was boring as fuck. They're probably not going to watch this, so I appreciate that. And they're not as okay. I feel bad, Eric. I want to say they're not boring as fuck, but I didn't want to hear about farming and
I'm shocked by this.
And farming, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to hear about farming wives' tales. So I was like, when I got there, I'm like, I talked to Stevie, who is, spoiler alert, Eric's wife.
I'm hitched.
He's hitched.
Sorry, ladies.
Off the market. But
That's
I said, where's Eric at? And she goes, well, he's at the house with Minion. We'll say Minion.
Yep.
He's at the house with Minion. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, I'll text him and stuff like that to see what's going on. And I sat there talking to when I was sitting there listening to the gaggling ladies talking about farming and their husbands and all this bullshit. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going to go. I basically told Lacey, I'm like, I'm going to go see Eric. I'm going to go hang out over there.
I was shocked. I didn't know I was at the party.
And I went up the road. It's like, how many houses down?
I live three houses over.
You know what I took? I took my flask and my dignity. And I went to Eric's house.
What Eric does on Friday night is there's a lot of boring YouTube videos. That's my bread and butter. I enjoy a good, solid, boring, I don't know what.
By the way, you're watching a boring YouTube video right now, just so you didn't know.
In case you didn't know, it's like this. But
it's in the description down below.
But yeah, I'll try to. The latest one I found is the dumpster diving guy.
Yeah.
Mike the Scavenger. Shout out. He has a GoPro in his head.
Not to name drop.
Not to name drop celebrities, but
we'll take sponsors.
The man has such a positive attitude while he dumpster dives or scavenges for metal.
What's he metal for? Scrap metal?
Scrap metal or anything he resells or anything he can garage sale. But like the man is just so upbeat about what he's doing. Like he karate chops stuff.
Metal?
No, like he'll have like he does a commentary as he's picking. And it's just you sit there and watch him and you're like, this guy is just he's having a great time. Even though he's digging through a dumpster, he is excited as hell.
Dumpster diving's fun. I've never done it, but I want to do it.
He has his hot spots. He gets excited if he sees something shiny that he could probably go to the scrapyard with. But he's got a whole following on YouTube that's follows him pick garbage, scrap. Mike the Scavenger. So anyway, He's my latest, I guess, thing to watch when nothing else will put my kid to sleep. I'll put him on and
Minion.
lights out. It's a good thing to knock him down with. And myself, I'll wake up sleeping as well. That's usually how people wake up.
Watch it.
And yeah, so Ed shows up and I'm like, you're in for a treat, my man. We're going to watch some boring YouTube videos or
Guy fixing his trailer.
a guy fixing his trailer. Andrew Camarati. I forget his name. He's an amazing guy. Builds everything. Can fix anything. Or we go to the number one film, Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
So, without giving too much away, because we want to leave something to the imagination.
Yes, exactly. You
Can I share what I picked up?
yeah,
From this?
what did you gather?
So,
How would you summarize that?
I know people. I'm not saying I know people just like these people, but I've known people in my life. Like, and, let's face it, everybody out there, I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican, there's people out there that abuse systems.
Mm-hmm.
There's people out there, they're going to do what the F they want.
Yes.
By the way, it's whatever the fuck they want because we don't censor shit here. They're going to do what they want. They're going to sell what they want. They're going to make money how they want. They're going to do what they want and with their family members too. There's some weird shit going on. Like,
It's the weirdest tight family that's so screwed up.
can you imagine for a second, Eric, and I know you can help me through this as I'm forgetting, but so you got
A family tree?
a family tree, but it starts with a guy who's an icon.
He is Appalachian royalty.
Appalachian royalty. You know what he does? Fucking
Tap motherfucking dancer.
tap motherfucking dancer.
Self-taught.
Self-taught, and he wrote the book. He wrote the book on Appalachian tap dancing.
He's also an outlaw.
He's a mother effing outlaw.
So he's the dancing outlaw. According to PBS.
And you know what? When that guy, who's the kid who does most of the tap dancing?
Jesco White.
He went from beard to no beard to beard to no beard to beard to no beard to beard to no beard. And it was like when we were watching it with Lacey, and I'm like, wait, that is the same guy. But they kept showing him he was clean shaven,
And then
beard,
Santa beard. Yeah.
clean shaven, beard, and it was so weird. So
They cut that weird. Right?
Hank Williams the third.
The third, he is also like he features him in several videos. Hank Williams the third, not like Hank Williams the first or second.
Not so much.
Making music, making
You making a living?
we assume
He's probably not really making any money on it.
he in that area maybe.
American.
He's American.
Keep talking. I'm gonna look that up.
I was listening to a featured song earlier that I'm a fan of called Punch Fight Fuck.
They played that a little bit of that in the.
Yes, they featured it slightly.
It's Hank Williams the
third.
Yes.
He
Should we go to
looks like
images?
his grandpa.
It looks like his grandpa. Are you being serious?
Look, yeah, he looks.
He
just like
does.
his
No, he
grandpa.
does. You're right.
He
Okay.
does. He doesn't look like his daddy. His Monday Night Football daddy.
That's not a. Hold on.
Can you play audio on this, or will it get?
Yes, absolutely. What do you want?
You gotta
Go to
look
YouTube?
You gotta look up the Punch Fight. I listened to it earlier in my car.
Williams the third.
Punch Fight.
Punch. Fight.
And fuck.
PFF.
PFF.
PF Chang's. PF.
Oh, there it is. Look,
Which one?
it's 53 seconds.
That's from the.
That's from the movie.
That's from the movie.
Just go tap dance it. This is like a
Clickety clack, motherfucker.
This is the summation.
Do we do the one from the video?
You got to. That's the best version.
It was weird as fuck.
There's better lyrics. Oh, we can't hear it.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, I got the audio muted.
You got to restart that. It's only 50 seconds.
I got you.
It is the movie itself, every part of it. That's Jesco in the
Well,
back.
this is when he didn't have a beard. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? And it's like, it's the same guy with the beard.
He goes. Wait, here's it. The hook.
Punch. F.
Fight and then fuck. There you go. And this is the rest of the family driving around an old Pontiac van.
Pull old Pontiac, Montana.
Jesco, there's something about him. He is, but people love him there. Like he's some kind of Elvis. He's the Appalachian Elvis, maybe.
It was a weird fucking documentary.
It highlights every member of every branch of that tree, and each member is completely a train wreck.
I want everybody to know, if you ever felt bad about your family,
And you know you do.
watch this instead.
You have nothing to complain about.
You know what? I'm gonna link this to Amazon. We ended up watching on Google though, but it doesn't matter. Google, Amazon, you can rent it. Couple of bucks, just watch it.
It's worth it. I own it. I've rented it several times because I couldn't find the DVD.
Yeah.
I've even pirated it. It doesn't disappoint. You know what? I've seen it and it's 10 years old now. I would hate to see a follow-up video.
We talked about religion earlier with Catholicism a little bit.
Yes.
Which you are.
Yes. See the Notre Dame?
That was a bummer.
That was a bummer.
That was a bummer. I'm going to tell you this. You know what upset me the most? And I shared this with Lacey too.
About religion or about
all these
fire?
Well, religion too, but the fire thing. So
Fire bad.
all these fire's bad.
Fire bad.
Fire bad. So basically, all these millionaires are like donating money to rebuild this. But the fact is that the what's it called again?
Notre Dame?
I'm drunk. The Notre Dame place, it's actually owned by the France government.
Shut up. Is it?
Fucking right it is. And you know what? They're doing okay. So all these millionaires, billionaires,
They're billionaires. They're with a B.
they're donating to the motherfucking rehabilitation. What's it called?
Rebuild? Restore? Restoration.
Restoration. They're donating, but the France government's got all kinds of money anyway. They're just gonna end up doing it. So they're like, I shared with Lacey a funny meme.
Yes. Memes are funny.
Nothing against Catholicism.
You've seen Idiocracy, right?
Refresh me.
Idiocracy, the guy who King of the Hill cartoon.
Yes.
Same guy made this movie called Idiocracy.
It sounds familiar.
And it's almost like a prophecy. I mean, it's old. I mean, it's about maybe 10, 15 years old movie. All right. But it's set in the future. This really guy of average intelligence in the military gets into this program where they freeze him and he gets defrosted in a couple hundred years.
That's an Austin Powers, right?
It's in the future.
Yes.
All right. So it's future.
Or Futurama.
Future. No, not that far. But the world is full of morons because the less intelligent people of the world, this is the way the movie goes, didn't have as many children, while, I mean, the smarter people in the world didn't have as many children. The whites of West Virginia had a huge offspring. So through years and years and years of that cycle, the population has intellectually decreased to the point of where memes are pretty normal.
The IQs.
Memes are like, yeah. You haven't seen this? It's scary accurate.
Tell them the link's in the description.
The link's in the description.
Point down for them.
Right there. right there.
I'll add it. I'm not even kidding.
Idiocracy is scary accurate of where we'll probably end up. It is
Idiocracy trailer.
that's it.
Go for it.
Go for it, man.
20th Century Fox.
You can tell this is new.
It's fucking weird. Wait, I know that guy.
As you know, this
What?
is highly classified.
This is great.
The actors.
We believe humans can be stored indefinitely.
That guy's from what's the Will Ferrell movie? Where they were
Old School.
Old School. Yep.
What year? 2505.
I did not know about this. When did this come out? How have I not heard about this? This one goes in your butt.
Look. So basically, he's defrosted, and he's the smartest man in live because everybody's so dumb.
That bad?
Yes. Where do you see the president? Look at President Camacho.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Is that what's his name? Old Spice guy?
Terry Crews.
Cruz. Yes. Hilarious. When did this come out? How did I not
It's
see this?
got to be 10 years ago.
How did I not see this?
But when I hear or people talk about memes, it just reminds me of like the number one movie in this movie is Butts. And it's just a naked ass and people laughing hysterically at a naked ass on the screen for an hour.
Yeah.
I could see us getting there. I could see us, and you know, it's a weird. They hit the nail on the head. And if you're not watching Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, you need to be watching Idiocracy.
Here's the bottom line: is that between the Wonderful Whites of West Virginia and Idiocracy, what's this world got? What does this world have?
I don't know.
What, do you have? Can I say one thing really quick?
No.
And no, I won't then.
You zip it up.
I'm drunk. Everybody, you know somebody. This is me going on a rant. You know somebody that abuses that system out there.
They're talking about entitlement systems.
Entitlement systems. You know
That's the wrong word.
you know somebody that abuses that system.
Most probably there's somebody out there that knows somebody that.
Doesn't matter who you are. Somebody you know, whether you know it or not, has fucking abused that system.
It's the truth.
This is the wonderful world of the Wonderful Whites. I don't remember what it is.
Yes. The family was put on disability checks as children.
By the way, the Wonderful Whites is not like a racist fucking white people thing. It's just like that's their last name. Is it W
H
H
I T E?
Yeah. So it's not like
It's not the Caucasian,
I
but they
mean,
are Caucasian.
I just want you to know I'm Puerto Rican and I'm offended still. So did you know I'm
Is
Puerto
that
Rican?
True. Like you did the Ancestry.com thing.
I like how he called me out on that. No, it's not true. For those that
That
don't
you know of. What if it is true?
Did you know that I've had people say your skin's so dark, and they're like, and you know what I told them? I'm Puerto Rican, and they go, really?
I believe it. Have you done one of those tests? The Ancestry?
I'm gonna do it right now.
I'm gonna order it. You know they're catching serial killers now like this?
What?
Yes.
What?
The cops have DNA profiles of killers.
Serial killers.
Serial killers, right? They submit it to any one of these websites, 23andMe or Ancestry.com. Not Ancestry.com. They don't do DNA testing, but I forget the other names of them. But anyway, they submit it like it's their DNA profile. The website sends it back with, these are all your relatives or people that are in your bloodline.
Oh my God, do you see this shit? By the way, look at this. Fucking 6-month membership, $99. Whoa!
They're really sticking it to people.
I just want you to know, I'm Puerto Rican. And I don't need a website to tell me that. Puerto Rican. See this dark skin? Put your arm up here. See this?
Oh yeah, you're like a roofer, man. You're dark.
I'm the kind of guy that stands outside Home Depot and says, "See,
You need some work?
see,
That's your man.
I'm your man."
Some hardworking people right there.
But you know what? I'm unavailable because I'm sweeping floors at McDonald's.
You gotta make ends meet, man.
You know how I feed my kids?
Happy meals?
Happy Meals. Because you know what?
Unhappy meals. Not again. Oh. But no, they are submitting DNA profiles as customers. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm happy that they're catching these people. I'm unhappy that they're doing it in kind of mischievous ways.
Go on.
So they submit DNA profile of, they have some kind of sample. They don't know who it belongs to, but the person they know committed a crime.
Mm-hmm.
The Golden State serial killer from the 70s and 80s. Caught him recently.
What was the guy's name again?
Golden State Killer, I believe.
Keep going. I'm listening.
California. It helped them narrow down the list of family members, and then they just did old school Columbo work. And is that the name? Golden State Killer, yeah.
Joseph James D'Angelo.
Shout out, name dropper.
Name dropping right now. I told him not to do it, but he does it anyway.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
13 murders, 50 rapes, 100 burglaries, 74 to 86. Jeez.
Make it rain.
Make it plastic rain. But yeah, that's how they caught him. He'd been getting old. I mean, geez, 73 years old.
That guy looks like me after I woke up after being hungover.
He was a monster.
Monster.
Still is a monster, I guess. And they were able to narrow it down because somebody in his family had submitted their DNA to one of these sites.
At least 13 murders.
Yeah. Yeah, 13 plus. And so somebody in his family related to him had submitted a profile that matched as a family member with the killer that the DNA they had. So they were able to filter it down to somebody in this person's area so they were like basically filtered down, and that's how they caught his ass. And now they're doing it it's a lot. They've done it several times.
Good for them.
Exactly. But I don't know how I feel about it.
Because it was from Ancestry.com.
Well, it's there's no check and balance on it. I'm not saying I'm pro serial killer, but it's like they can just do it because there's nothing to stop them. There's nothing to stop the cops from using these methods but I mean, cops use other things like social media to find people, and I guess it's the same thing, So
I'm really
you got to
worried.
use the tools you got to do the job.
Here's what I'm most worried about.
Abuse.
Yes. So McDonald's is going to figure out that I've been abusing the system. You know how they're going to know? They're going to catch my Facebook posts is what they're going to do.
They're going to find your mop in your truck, and they're like, nope, you should have left it at work.
You know what the scariest part of my job is?
No. Ball pit?
Roaches.
Roaches?
Yes.
McDonald's doesn't have roaches.
Because of me.
Because you take care of the roaches.
Because of me. You know why? When I catch them, you know what I do?
Grind them up?
No. There's a process. You want to know the process?
Yeah, hit me.
Process number 1. When I mix up my chemical mix in my spray bottle, that spray bottle, it could fucking choke a donkey for sure.
Donkeys do not go into McDonald's.
and I spray that. It's on the fine spray. So I
you gotta
turn
adjust the tip, the nozzle.
the tip. You know what? Like the tip of Smurfettes. You know, and you like adjust that tip, and you're like, I'm gonna concentrate this, and when I concentrate this,
He's conquering goals.
it is. And you know, the thing is, it's commission based. McDonald's is.
I did not know that. They work on sales.
They do.
I never would have guessed that.
So well, here's the deal.
Wow.
The new McDonald's order,
You order it yourself now.
NWO, is basically you squirt, you conquer. And you know what? You earn. It's an earning.
You earn every dollar. That's what that is. You definitely earn it.
Here's the deal. I'm not proud, but it's a living. And you know what? My kids, they get fed. You know how they get fed?
McDonald's.
They're going to throw that shit out. But I'm like, you know what? I got kids to feed. Throw it in the warmer.
You know what? I don't understand how can McDonald's do amazing breakfast food and just
Oh my God, Eric. Give me a fucking toast on that.
it's
So
like a different place for breakfast.
I want to say a couple things for the record, and this is on the podcast.
It's official, folks.
I fucking hate McDonald's, but you know what I love because they employ me is that their breakfast is second to none.
They got that on lock.
The fucking it doesn't matter if you want a bagel sandwich, a McGriddle, a fucking.
They invented food for this.
They did, and you know what?
McGriddle didn't exist.
It didn't exist.
They
you want
invented
fucking
it.
pancake sandwiches?
You want syrup in the bread? We do it in the bread.
I cherish it.
That they invented science to make that shit.
There's companies out there that have departments that like they test
R&D.
R&D. Eric knows what's fucking up. And you know
McDonald's
what?
got M&D.
What's M&D?
McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
McDonald.
McDonald. And you know what?
McDonald.
I'm going to tell you this. When you're in the McDonald's restroom and you're like, you know what? I'm not only going to throw my paper towel away in the garbage can, I'm going to throw my McGriddle away. Guess who's going to test that?
You're eating out the garbage at McDonald's? Is that what you're saying?
When you're at this level, I'm not so much up here. I'm more down here. You know what?
You get first dibs.
I jump in, and you know what? People respect me.
Mike the scavenger. He's right there with you, man.
My name's Mike, and I'm a scavenger.
There's plenty of good food thrown away, man. I don't know.
Do we need to check on that pic?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the deal. We're going to take our third motherfucking break, because you know what? We're all about firsts here, and we're all about monkey shoulders.
How many shoulders a monkey got?
3, motherfucker. 3 breaks, 3 monkey shoulders.
There you go.
And here's the deal. It's on the bottom of the...
I'm surprised they didn't put a monkey hole.
Are we talking Smurfette talk now?
We're talking bee hole, monkey bee.
She's weird. I used to be into Smurfette, but you know, after seeing her tits and that baby butthole she's carrying around, I'm not into it at all.
I don't know what to make of the baby still. I'm having nightmares about that.
It's
one.
weird. Is that like somebody like, you know, I'm just gonna make this my thing, my fetish?
I don't understand it. No, I really don't understand it.
You know what I really want right now? Holy, I was just checking it. We're an hour and 40 minutes roughly in, probably. You know what I miss? You know what I want? We needed some snacks. Do you like cheese?
Cheese. Who doesn't like cheese? You know who doesn't like cheese? Asian America.
What is wrong with you?
There's no cheese in Asian food.
What is wrong with you?
Do you know that?
Nothing?
There's no cheese in Asian cuisine. Tell me one.
I'm going to tell you.
Tell me one where they use cheese.
Dairy or cheese?
They use dairy, probably.
Where? Be honest. Where is there dairy?
Can you call soy dairy? No.
No, there's no dairy.
There's no dairy.
We're going to go check on the 3D printer. I'm going to pause the camera. We'll be right back. This is the second time cut of the night. and we're gonna grab some cheese curds because I was in Wisconsin recently.
Curding it up.
Curding it up, and we're gonna check on the 3D printer, and you'll see it. It's in this corner over here. We'll be right back.
Click.
We got it. Did you explain what's going on with the cheese yet?
I did not. Oh,
Keep going.
I
Keep
asked
talk-
when did cheese curds become cheese?
Wait. Cedar Ridge. We were talking about Cedar Ridge.
We're talking about whiskey bottles and bourbon bottles and scotch bottles. They're all shaped like this. They're all like using the same bottle. Like I thought bottling was like a marketing thing. You know, everybody wants their own bottle. Coke has their own bottle.
Have some cheese.
Beer bottles are different. Anyway, so I was at Hy-Vee. They were doing a sampling.
Which location?
Coralville. Near Swisher, which is where Cedar Ridge is produced. Shout
Name
out.
drop.
That's right. And I was excited just to talk alcohol. I was just, I kept talking. And before I could leave, I had to ask the guy, I was like, why are all the bottles the same?
What did he say?
He said he didn't know. And he's like, no one's ever asked me.
Supplier said this is what we're giving you?
There's somebody that hit pay dirt with this shape, and they're selling it to everybody. I'm like, that's not a good enough answer for me. I just I don't know. It seems very basic. When I don't know, it's a 750, but you'll see that same bottle shape, and a lot of different companies using it.
Keep talking.
Like Templeton, Cedar Ridge, same exact bottle. This stuff, monkey shoulder. It's got some fancy monkeys on it, all on each other's shoulders. But it's the same damn bottle. I bet Ed's going to get one right now. Same bottle. And I want to know, I want some answers. Oh, look at there. Very similar bottle. I mean,
Set the stage.
it's, I mean, they're the same height.
Holy shit.
Now, you got clearly different shape. There's a flute.
It's pretty close, though. I mean, look at it. I mean, besides this, though, right?
I mean, they might have a different height. No, that's just... I don't want to start a conspiracy on the internet.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close. If you look at this, I mean, look at this. Well, can you see this?
And that's just what he had stocked. If you go get Templeton, same bottle.
It's like, it's really close, right? So besides the... Remember, this brand is the same one that supplies the...
That's right.
Yep.
It's a little bit smaller,
It's like they changed this part, right, though?
but like
And it's
it's
a little bit smaller.
a little bit thinner. But is it so they all fit in the same box? I don't know.
I feel like that makes more sense than anything. So if you're a big company
Right. You're
Think
trying
of
to
it-
save money.
and you're trying to save money, you're like, so we got these boxes that we transport.
Case of liquor. Smallest box.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what brand it or what style
What
it is.
product?
Right. It's like, what can we make fit in the same transporting box, right? The shipping box. I mean, this is pretty spot on, right?
Yeah.
So just for science, because we're into science here,
Do you
right?
think they're in the same packing house? Am I doing this?
Lift it up and
Oh. Is it close? I can't tell.
I feel like it's fairly close. I feel like the
Fairly.
monkey shoulder's a little bit wider.
It's almost like a standardized shape. But it's, I mean, the height. These two, I think they're the same.
They're pretty damn close, right? Remember, these two, by the way, are the same company. These are the same company. This is from Swisher.
Swisher, Iowa.
Swisher, Iowa. And
A great product.
I love this. I had a bottle of this with Joey Kramer that we both know Joey, but the link below in the description. Check it out. But we had this. This is a limited release.
His DNA is also on file.
His DNA is also on file. You know what? You know what's great about this podcast, though, Eric?
What's that?
We're having not only scotch but cheese.
Cheese and scotch.
We didn't have any.
Not goat cheese.
We didn't have any cheese on the Joey Kramer podcast. That was like 2 or 3 ago. This is what I want. I'm going to tell you this is what I want.
Before you say something, would you drink liquor if it came in a bag?
I have drank liquor from a bag.
Where do you find liquor in a bag? Not wine in a bag.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I was going to say
How
that.
come they don't package these fine products in bag form? Because nobody wants to open a bag and pour. I think it's just because people prefer something to look at.
They want substance. They want tactile. They want...
It's the show and it's the sizzle that sells the steak.
Look at the height of these two, by the way. These three, by the way. They're 3 different heights. The tops, where they...
These are...
These are close, but these are different, too.
They are. But Costco... you ever seen milk at Costco?
Mm-mm.
They come in a weird container so they can stack them easy. Like the corner, the top, like where you actually pour it out of the hole.
Yeah.
It's the same height as the top. It's a square cube shaped container. So they could stack milk on top of each other without spilling it.
Spilling cheese.
It's all about packaging. Silence. When I went to Notre Dame, me and my wife went 2 years ago. It's very touristy, right? But it's a very reverent place because it's a church. So there's people in there praying, and all around so you walk around the church and it's all kind of roped off in the center. And on the sides are like private chapels, like small little mini churches all around, where at one point people with a lot of money and influence would have their own chapels. So that's where they would sit with their families and show how fancy they are. But we were there, and apparently the tourists, the entire place, were getting too loud. And so there's a speaker system, and like we're sitting there, we're just kind of walking around looking at all the art, and all of a sudden this voice comes over, and it's like, silence, s'il vous plaît. And we're like, what was that? And it was basically silence, please. But it felt like the hand of God was coming down. It was very emotional. I did not wet myself. Did not. But it was, we talk about it. We still do the silence, s'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît.
Silence, s'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît.
And we're like, you shut your ass up, s'il vous plaît. That's what that means.
S'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît. Look, it got stronger.
It's the cheese.
It's the damn cheese.
So just to be clear, this cheese,
It's curded.
It's Carvelli.
Curded.
Carvelli.
Cheese curded. We're all about sponsorship tonight.
Here's the deal. We want you to sponsor us because I'm going to have Eric back too, by the way.
Part dos. One thing, well, all right, let me talk about the difference between Louisiana and Iowa that I've noticed.
Tell me.
All right. So people think Louisiana people like to party
Louisiana does? Because bad. Wait.
because New Orleans and the whole.
Yeah.
People up here drink a lot more.
Bush Light?
Doesn't matter. Like, I've never been to a small town bar till up here. Like, it is every small town I've been to has their own bar,
Yeah.
and it's actively used by people every day. Like, it is, I mean, I guess there's different levels, but I've never met so many people that drink so much. Like, it is a pastime here. It is like,
he including me right now?
I'm including Iowa. Iowa people
I'm
like,
just fucking with him, by the way.
they like to drink. I was not aware of that. Like, when I got here, I was like, I can't hang. I cannot hang with these people. We have drive-through daiquiri stores. You can get a frozen daiquiri any damn day you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to get out your car, and you can drive home with that shit. Drink it up. Have a worse headache of your life. But
You know what you're not going to have tomorrow?
work.
A headache.
How? How much? Scotch doesn't do that shit?
Nope. You know why? Barley.
I'm going to take your word on it.
Corn?
Corn does it. All right, I'll drink some garbage beer. I won't drink Busch Light. It tears my body apart.
Yes.
But you ask my wife and anybody that knows me, I will drink dirt beer and be proud of it. Like Miller High Life. I'll drink the shit out of High Life. Schlitz beer. I started drinking that when I moved here. But my body doesn't accept it anymore. It doesn't agree. It doesn't agree with Eric.
Here's what I think.
I'm like, I got to give it up. I can't do it.
I appreciate. Can we do a recap really quick?
Yes. Roll it back.
Eric came here, and we did a 3D printing guitar pick.
Yes.
Those.
Not once, but twice.
And you know what? I'm going to have him back. Because you know what?
You want me to print a dildo, and I will not, sir.
Smurfette dildo.
I'll probably print one if I had some blue filament. That's disturbing. That's wrong.
We got to go.
Click.
Go.